Now we are going to start this topic, planning for development. Now you know that as an independent nation, what are all our problems or what all our challenges are. We have studied one by one. So we have a greatest challenge, that is of development. So how to do this development? There should be planning for that. Okay, so that is why the heading planning for development is given. Now we have to develop in many sectors. Still, we are a developing country. We are not a developed country. Okay, so means electricity supply, making roads, giving permanent shelters, then giving food, good healthcare facilities, good education facilities. All these sectors, we are still developing those, and we are trying to reach to the people who are living in most isolated areas, so that our challenge is not yet achieved. So that is why we are still a developing country, but it is a big process. It is not a one day or 1 year, it is going to continue for many decades. Now we have completed 7 decades of independence, but still we are in a process. So what all planning is needed for the development, we are going to see it. So the basic facilities in nowadays world, we are going to more focused on water, road and electricity. Food of course is there, shelter of course is there. But when we say a nation is developed, when there is each and individual is employed, earning enough money, and having a supply of water, clean water, having supply of electricity, all these also do matter. Okay, nowadays you can add to that, all have should have net access, internet accessibility, which is must in this period, isn't it? So we are moving or we are heading in that direction, but still we are not yet 100% successful. Okay, ma'am, which is developed country? America is a developed country. United Kingdom is a developed country. Singapore is a developed country. Japan is a developed country. Okay, Dubai is a developed country. Yeah, but we are developing country. Okay, South Korea is developed country. Yeah. Yes. Okay, now start reading the content from the textbook. I hope textbook is visible. Huh? Now lifting India and Indians out of poverty and building a modern technical and industrial society. These are the major objectives of the new nation. As I said, what are the things that do come under when we say the nation is developed? These are the things, okay, which I have highlighted. In 1950, the government set up a planning commission to help design and execute suitable policies for economic development. So this is a biggest event in the history of India to remember, setting up a planning commission, and this is going to definitely come for MCQ. So when was planning commission set up? So it was set up in 1950. So what all this planning commission means, who people, which people are working under this commission, what, why this commission is formed, that all we are going to read out you over here. Okay, okay, the government set up a planning commission to help design and execute suitable policies for economic development. So this is what the intention or this is the goal of that planning commission. So it has to design and execute. डिझाईन म्हणजे नुसतंच प्लॅनिंग नाही करून ठेवायचंय, तर ते प्लॅनिंग तुम्हाला एक्झिक्यूट कसं करता येईल, हा, that policies will be decided by those commission members. There was a broad agreement on what was called a mixed economy model. Now pay attention for this. This is something new concept for you, and that is it is an important part of the lesson. Here both the state and private sector would play important and complementary role in increasing production and generating jobs. What specifically these roles were to be, which industries should be initiated by the state and which by the market, how to achieve a balance between the different regions and state, what was to be defined by the planning commission. Okay, so planning commission हे काय काय करणार आहे, तर त्या स्टेटमध्ये किंवा पर्टिक्युलर एखाद्या एरियात which industries is to be set up. Again, setting up industries depends upon so many geographical factors: availability of resources, availability of human resource, accessibility. All these things come up and they have to consider before setting up any industries. So planning commission, those people, they are working for this. They are designing the plan, they are designing the industry, and why we need to form means set up these industries: to make the people employed, to get them job, so then only we will be a developed nation. But setting up industry is not a small joke. So planning commission is working towards this. Okay, now in 1956 the second 5 year plan was formulated. आता 5 year plan म्हणजे काय, तर ह्या 5 year plan मध्ये there could be a planning what developments we should look for that, what all infrastructure do you need, what will be the outcome of that setting up industries or doing any developmental plan. So that is all a second 5 year plan. Second means this is the second one after the independence, but 5 year plan, पंचवार्षिक योजना आपण त्याला मराठीत म्हणतो. तुम्ही कधी हा शब्द जर पेपर मध्ये वगैरे ऐकला असेल. सो पंचवार्षिक प्लॅन म्हणजे काय, त्या 5 वर्षात तुम्ही काय काय करणार आहात, तुमचं what are your projected areas which you are going to highlight, which you are going to develop. So that all you are going to decide way before starting up of that. So in 1956 the second 5 year plan was formulated. This focused strongly on the development of heavy industries such as steel and on the building of large dams. आता steel industries का focus की, तर we are mineral rich, correct? Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand areas all are mineral rich, and steel as a backbone of industry is needed everywhere. So if we focus mainly on steel industries, it will create lot of jobs. It will be definitely going to help for the other industries. That is why in those first year, we are going to check, we are going to think about the development in the steel industry. And then next, they have thought about building up of dams. Now again, dams means there should be a proper water supply for agriculture, for irrigation. So if we developed in these two things, there would be a lot of development for whole of the country. Okay, so they have focused on these two things: setting up steel industry and building up dams. These sectors would be under the control of the state. This focus on heavy industry and the effort at state regulation of the economy was to guide economy policy for the next few decades. This approach had many strong supporters but also some vocal critics. Vocal critics म्हणजे काही जण ह्याच्या अपोज होते, ह्या डेव्हलपमेंटच्या अपोज होते, म्हणजे डॅम्स बांधण्याकरता किंवा स्टील इंडस्ट्री बांधण्याकरता. So there were all vocal critics also at that same time. So we will read it afterwards. Some felt that it had put inadequate emphasis on agriculture, others argued that it had neglected primary education, still others believed that it had not taken account of the environmental implications of economic policies. See, all these are the views, and it is obvious to have different views as a different personality. Each individual can have their own opinion. आता प्लॅनिंग कमिशनच्या लिडर्सला किंवा त्या मेंबर्सला काय वाटत होतं, तर कुठल्या दोन मेजर सेक्टरमध्ये डेव्हलपमेंट केली पाहिजे: सेटिंग अप इंडस्ट्रीज ऑफ स्टील and building up of dams. But there were critics who want to focus that other issues are also much important, like primary education, then like environmental implications of economic policies, like agriculture. So few of the members, they were against that. And it is obvious it could be like this always. As Mahatma Gandhi's follower Miraben wrote in 1949, by science and machinery, mankind may get huge returns for a time, but ultimately will some desolations. We have to got to study nature's balance and develop our lives within her laws. if we are to survive as a physically healthy and morally decent species. Now, see, she said it in 1949, Mirabai. Now, exactly this what we are facing right now. Huh? Means for all the developments, all the industry to set up, we are cutting down forest, deforestation, and all. You are reading it already. And now we are facing the biggest challenge of coronavirus, isn't it? Then we are facing all illnesses, then disease spreading. See what she has predicted in those days, and now what we are facing right now. Global warming, you might have heard about. Because of development in the science and technology, we are facing the other side of those developments also. So all these things go hand in hand. Then next part. Okay, so now I will read out these two sources or experts. Okay, Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru was a great supporter of the planning process. He explained the ideals and purposes of planning in a series of letters he wrote to the chief minister of the different states. In a letter of 22nd December 1952, he said that now, if you read and pay attention, now you will understand what all his views are. Behind the first 5 year plan lies the conception of India's unity and of a mighty cooperative effort to all the people of India. We have to remember always that it is not merely the governmental machinery that counts in all this, but even more so the enthusiasm and cooperation of the people. Our people must have the sensation of partnership in the mighty enterprise of being fellow travelers towards the next goal that they and we have set before us. The plan may be and has to be based on the calculations of economists, statisticians, and the like, but figures and statistics very important as they are do not give life to the scheme. That breath of life comes in or other ways, and it is for us now to make this plan, which is enshrined in cold print, something living, vital, and dynamic, which captures the imagination of the people. Now, if you have paid attention and if you have understood this, what he was in favor of. So, what he is telling means it is not only the responsibility of the government and it is not only the for the benefit of government, but it is only for the people and their development. So the contribution of people in this developmental plan is equally important. He want to say that, and he want to say also that the plan may be and has to be based on calculations of economist, statistician, and the like, but figures and statistics very important as they are do not give life to the scheme. म्हणजे इकॉनॉमिस्टनी त्यांचं काम केलं, पुढच्या 5 वर्षाचा प्लॅन बनवून दिला, तुम्हाला किती पैसे लागणार आहेत, कुठल्या एरियात तुम्ही गुंतवू शकता, त्याचे तुम्हाला बेनिफिट्स काय काय मिळणार आहेत. स्टॅटिस्टिशियननी दे हॅव मेड ऑल दोज ग्राफ्स, दे केप्ट दोज डेटा रेडी, but is it sufficient? Is it going to work? It is going to work only if it is supported by the people and if the life is given to that scheme. Life is given to that scheme means if it is supported by the people. So he is arguing the people to support these all developmental plans, and means at the same time government is also going to play its role, but he is requesting or he is demanding from the people that they should also take a active participation in this. Their partnership is equally important and sensation. Okay, this part is very important. This will come for the MCQ. Jawaharlal Nehru at the Bhilai steel plant. The Bhilai steel plant was set up with the help of the former Soviet Union in 1959, located in the backward rural area of Chhattisgarh. It came to be seen as a sign of the development of modern India after independence. Okay, so it is a partnership between Soviet Union, that Russia nowadays we are calling it as, and with the help of Russia, we set up the steel industry in 1959 at Bhilai, in Chhattisgarh. Okay, so you have to remember this. And the next part, which I want to read it, the search for an independent foreign policy. Foreign policy means what? Means how you are dealing with the foreign countries, because in many areas we need help from other countries. We do take ask their cooperation, and mostly the neighboring countries we have to be friendly with them. So there are policies to develop the relation between neighboring countries on other parts of the means other countries in the other part of the world, that all policies or rules are again set up, and how we should take it forward. नाव तुम्हाला आताचं उदाहरण द्यायचं असेल तर नरेंद्र मोदींचं माहितीये, नरेंद्र मोदी किती देशात जात आहेत आणि ते एवढ्या देशांमध्ये का जात आहेत, वाय ही इज व्हिजिटिंग सो मेनी नेशन्स अँड देअर हेड्स अँड देअर प्राईम मिनिस्टर्स, देअर army chiefs, why he is doing all this? Because we have to develop the good relation with the other countries, which would definitely going to help us. So this is the main thought, why should be friendly with the other nations. So we will read it about. India gained freedom soon after the devastations of Second World War. At that time, a new international body, the United Nations, formed in 1945, was in its infancy. म्हणजे हे जस्ट जन्माला आलेलं एक छोटं बाळ होतं, युनायटेड नेशन्स. In 1945, this is also the important event which you have to remember it. Okay, the 1950s and 1960s saw the emergence of the Cold War, that is power rivalries and ideological conflicts between the USA and the USSR, with both countries creating military alliances. आता हे ऍक्च्युली खूप कॉम्प्लिकेटेड आहे. आता जे सगळीकडे चाललेलं आहे, चायना इज अटॅकिंग, Russia is also supporting Belarus chief, and what that is a big issue to debate on. But 1950s आणि 1960s मध्ये there is a emergence of cold war. म्हणजे cold war म्हणजे actual war झालं नाही, but each country, as they are talking here about United States of America and USSR, they are ambitious, they want to expand their territories and they want to become more powerful. So they were expanding military alliances and they were starting means rivalries amongst them. आणि नंतर काय झालं, पहिले रशिया वॉज अ सुपर पॉवर, but Russia broken into many different territories, into many different states. Now USA is, because of that breaking into different states, breaking into pieces, USA has become the superpower now. Okay, and now the next target of China is to become a superpower nation. This was also the period when colonial empire were collapsing and many countries were attaining independence. म्हणजे ह्या काळात आणखीन काय काय होत होतं in 1950s and 1916. मोस्टली ब्रिटिशांनी सगळीकडे रूल केलं, किंवा डच किंवा पोर्तुगीज. सो most of those countries which are colonized were now getting their own independence. Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, who was also the foreign minister of newly independent India, developed Free India's foreign policy in this context. Non-alignment formed the bedrock of this foreign policy. Led by statements from Egypt, Yugoslavia, and Indonesia, Ghana, and India, the non-aligned movement urged countries not to join either of the two major alliances. But this policy of staying away from alliances was not a matter of remaining isolated or neutral. म्हणजे तुम्हाला कुणाची तरी आयडिओलॉजी किंवा तुम्हाला कुणाला तरी एका नेशनला अल्टिमेटली फॉलो करायला लागणार आहे. मीन्स you have to be following one country out of that. You can't be isolated and you can't be neutral, because that is not going to develop, not going to help you in your own development. Then those countries are not going to support in the development of our country. So you can't be isolated, you can't be neutral, so you have to support someone. The former means remaining aloof from world affairs, whereas non-aligned countries such as India play an active role in mediating between American and Soviet alliances. They tried to prevent war, often taking a humanitarian and moral stand against war. However, for one reason or another, many non-aligned countries, included India, got involved in wars. By the 1970s, a large number of countries had joined the non-aligned movement. So this is what we have to read it today. Okay. Now I will be moving on to the PPT. Okay, planning for development. We have read this content. How do you even begin managing a newly formed country that is as large as and as diverse as India? The leaders who took over from the British had two main goals in front of them, that is decreasing poverty and increasing development. आता तुम्हाला ह्याची जर छोटीशी आयडिया दिली, नाव यू आर इन ग्रेड 8, ओके. जर सगळं सुरळीत चाललं असतं, रेल्वेज किंवा बसेस, आणि समजा 2 दिवस तुमच्या पॅरेंट्सला कुठेही सडनली जायला लागलं असतं, ओके, तुम्हाला नाही नेणार आहेत ते, त्यावेळेस त्या 2 दिवसात तुम्ही घर कसं मॅनेज करणार आहात? हा, बाई येऊन गेली का वेळेवर, घरात जेवायला आहे का, गॅस चालू आहे का, लाईट बंद आहेत का, पाणी आलंय का नळाला, ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी तुम्हाला एकत्र मॅनेज करायच्या आहेत, विच यू हॅव नॉट डन बिफोर. सो यू माइट बी स्केअर्ड, हाऊ कुड आय मॅनेज ऑल दिस थिंग्स, isn't it? So this is the same fear for independent India, because we have not done so far this, though we have fought for this, but we have not administered at our own. So this has to be done independently, so that is why it is a challenge, as we are saying repeatedly. So what is the first challenge? Decreasing poverty and increasing development. Decreasing poverty requires more goods to be produced and goods to be made available at cheap rates. Increased development required more goods to be produced too. However, to get private companies interested in production, they would have to make profit. Profiteering in general means goods are at higher prices than usual. हा कन्सेप्ट अंडरस्टँड करून घ्या प्लॅनिंग कमिशनचा, कारण नंतर अजून एक आपण इकॉनॉमिकल कन्सेप्ट इंट्रोड्यूस करणार आहे विच वुड हेल्प यू. आता आपण इंडिपेंडंट नेशन मध्ये वी आर लुकिंग फॉर द डेव्हलपमेंट, सो वी आर सेटिंग अप द इंडस्ट्रीज. सो द प्रायव्हेट इन्व्हेस्टर्स, they are ready to set up, but why they are showing their interest in setting up the industries? To earn profit. ऑब्विसली आपण कुठलाही बिझनेस स्टार्ट करताना आपण आधी प्रॉफिट साठीच करणार आहे ना तो. सो ऑल दोज businessmen, they want to set up those industries to earn more and more profit. So profiteering in general means goods are higher prices than usual. So what they did, they sold those goods at higher prices to earn more profit. To try to reach a balance between the two desired goals, the leaders adopted what is known as a mixed economy. Some goods would be controlled by the government so that the profit wouldn't be necessary. Those goods would be available at low prices. So they come up with this solution. Okay, now every product, every thing what you want to buy or what is needed for our daily purposes, we can't buy everything at higher prices. That may be out of our reach, which can't be affordable. So government has come up with some solution. What they did, some products would be sale at as per the owner of that factory's wish, but some products will be sale under the government control. So that is they calling it as a mixed economy. म्हणजे तुम्हाला जर आता एक्झाम्पल द्यायचं असेल आपल्या डेली लाईफ मधलं, पेट्रोल आपण जे गाडीत टाकतो आणि गाड्या वापरतो, त्याच्यानंतर गॅस जो आपल्याला घरात रोज लागतो, these are the subsidized products which we are buying at a low prices because government is paying some part of that. Okay, why we are having those prices of cylinders and petrol at low prices? Because government thought of this mixed economy and they have may come up with the solution to sell some products with a subsidiary price. Subsidiary price means Government is paying some money and the remaining money will be paid by the common man. Okay. Some would be allowed private production. Private companies would make profit, so the goods would not be that cheap. But they would create jobs and more industries, and they would create more quantities of goods. So now the profit making industries, why government allowed them to set up the factories? The another fact of that it could create a job, huh? So those private companies which are profit making, government allowed to set up those industries only. The reason for this is that because those private companies are creating jobs. A planning commission was set up to work out the details of all these plans of development, when, how, and where each thing would happen. In its attempt to develop heavy industries and build dams, state took control of these industries and projects. Now, what did the leaders think about all this? Some thought all this was good as it would make India more developed. Some thought that there was not enough planning to improve primary education or to check for environmental damage that all these development would bring in. Means, as we have read it in the textbook, there are some critics also who are putting their opinions against all these developments.
If you like our videos, do share them and subscribe to our channel. If you want awesome quizzes, write to us. Keep watching and keep learning with Walnut.